Welcome to Corporate Militia in our new series titled 100 Stories. Our case in point today is Jon M. Huntsman, chairman and founder of Huntsman Corporation. Jon ran the world's largest privately held chemical organization in the early 2000s. Legendary in petrochemical circles with a reputation for tough but fair negotiations. Jon frequently found himself in the upper tier of Forbes magazine's list of the wealthiest Americans. The event, the 1999 acquisition of Imperial Chemical Industries' chemical divisions by Huntsman Corporation. The two key figures in our story today, Jon Huntsman Sr. and Charles Miller Smith, President and CEO of Imperial Chemical Industries. In 1999, Jon Huntsman and Charles Smith were in negotiations for the acquisition of Imperial Chemical Industries' major chemical divisions by Huntsman Corporation. For Huntsman Corporation, the deal valued at approximately $2.8 billion would be the largest in Huntsman history, essentially double the size of Huntsman Corp and catapult it into a new tier of global influence. Jon had limited capital for the acquisition, making the price point critical. For Imperial Chemical Industries, Charles Smith was under immense pressure to divest the chemical divisions at a high price to reduce some ICI debt. Pressure was intense on both sides and also important to both companies' financial strategies at that time. The negotiations were described as ferocious and highly personal, with both the CEOs negotiating directly and deliberately leaving the lawyers outside of the room. During the extended negotiations process, Charles' wife was suffering from terminal cancer. And towards the end of the negotiations, Charles became emotionally distracted. And when she passed away, he was devastated and distraught, as you would imagine. But the two still had to complete the negotiations. Jon Huntsman decided that the fine points of the last 20% of the deal would stay as it was proposed. Now, Jon could have clawed an additional $200 million out of the deal, but it would have to come at the expense of Charles' emotional state. Jon decided that the agreement as it stood was good enough and that the negotiations were complete. Jon considered this to be a win-win situation, with both parties coming out as winners. What an incredible story, whether you choose to call it value-based leadership, compassionate, or ethical. What comes to my mind is a significant truth highlighted by Miles Monroe. That is, while selecting leaders, it is important not solely to focus on their accomplishments and their experience, but also to inquire about their philosophy on leadership and understand their perception of human value. What would you have done in that position? Or what are you doing today as a leader? Would you have continued to negotiate hard and get the possible $200 million out of the deal? Or would you do what Huntsman did? Or would you reschedule the negotiations for a later date? Whatever your response is, feel free to let us know in the comment section of this video. That's all we have for you today. Our hope is that these narratives cause you to think and think hard about your priorities, your responsibilities, and your disposition as a leader. Until next time, bye for now.